everybody, I'm Rose of Sharon, and I'm back again with another movie review. I just recently watched Fire Walk with Me. It's been a long time coming, and it's actually a Criterion collection, and it's excellent, but it's also very unnerving, and it reveals more of the nature of Laura Palmer herself, Leland, her father, Donna. And it's intriguing because at the get-go we're introduced to Donna as a character who isn't innocent like she is in the series. Of course, she goes through a transformation because she wants to be more like Laura, but the movie gives the impression to the viewer that Donna isn't virginal as she seems, and it's also very telling because she wears white while Laura wears black, and we all know the nature of those colors and how they depict somebody's personality. And Laura always wears black, but Dale Cooper has these visions, and he sees the arm for the first time of the little man, and the Black Lodge, and it's so very fascinating. It actually reveals a lot more about the characters in and of themselves, and that there was something that happened before what occurred with Laura. I'm not going to say what. If you've seen Twin Peaks, then you know it's a series that surrounds Laura Palmer. She's the centerpiece. She's the one thing that ties everything together when nothing else makes sense, and not even she makes sense. She's a woman of duality. She has a double life. And I read the diary, so it's in line with the diary, and you just you really feel for her because you can tell that she comes from a very prestigious family and they expect a lot of her, and she probably lived a very performance-based life that was focused upon pleasing her parents, particularly her dad, because I get this sense that she had a bit of an Electra complex, but maybe I'm reading too much into the film, but I just feel like she did because of the nightmares that she has. The one in particular with her father, I thought, ugh. I mean, it just, ugh, made me literally cringe, and a lot of the movie actually was kind of difficult to watch, but it was really, really good, and it had just splendid character development, and of course that wonderful theme song that we've all come to know and love, and gave me fits of nostalgia. I never watched the show when I was 10. I was far too young to really understand it and appreciate it for what the work of art it is. It's still something that takes a lot of analysis, and there's somebody on YouTube excuse me, someone on YouTube who looked at the episodes and made more sense out of them. Of course, this is actually the movie where this is the first time we are introduced to Garbambrosia, which has actually is creamed corn. It has the consistency and appearance of it, but it is the pain and the sorrow and suffering that comes from these victims, and I'm thinking these entities are actually demons. That's how I've always interpreted Twin Peaks, that these are supernatural beings. They're very evil, and not all of them, but the Black Lodge is something you don't want to mess with. And Bob especially. Bob is one complete and total nutcase. He's psycho. He's the most evil entity ever. And of course, Laura tries to talk to her father about Bob, and her father just ignores all of her plaintive wails about him. But the movie itself is absolutely terrific. I give it 2 thumbs up, 5 stars, hands down. It made the series make more sense, even though the series still needs a lot of clarification and in accordance to what the heck is going on with a lot of different elements that just make zero sense. That they seem to come out of left field, which to the average viewer of Twin Peaks is common. But I can't really say that much else about Fire Walk with Me, other than I'm glad I had a chance to see it. It makes so much more sense now. how Laura's tragedy came to be, actually. It makes so much sense. And One-Eyed Jacks, of course, they were just, David Lynch was world building, and he really does a magnificent job in captivating his audience and making them squirm in their seats and giving them the worst possible aspects and traits of humanity and displaying them on a silver screen where the camera is the one true agent of candor and objectivity and has no judgment. It's just, it photographs everything and keeps a memory of it, which I always thought was interesting about film. Film doesn't lie, it never does. And it's not pretentious. It just is, and it displays the information as it is. There's really not that much else to say. I enjoyed the movie. I'm glad that I had a chance to see it, because now everything is really fitting together, and I need to see season 3. Well, I've seen half of season 3, so I need to know how it ends. I heard there's a season 4. And season 3 doesn't really fit the whole quote-unquote timeline, if there is such a thing in the Twin Peaks universe, which I highly doubt it, because it's all over the place. And a lot of it is purely speculation based on the fan base itself. Even I have my own theories about everything that exists within the universe of Twin Peaks, so it's all relative. That's all I gotta say. Live long, prosper. Ciao, Tutti.